Welcome. So the subject today is samsara. And when we are done talking about samsara, we will go through if you have any questions to what you're doing in your meditation practice these days. Okay? So breathe. Maybe you have heard about samsara. It means to go around, to wander, to keep wandering. And specifically, it means wandering from one life to another, that we stay in this cycle of rebirth, growing up, decaying, and re-death, and then over and over and over. The reason being that we build karma, that we do things that takes us out of balance, that there is a debt, is a very human way of expressing it. We do something and something needs to come back. And this coming back, since we haven't processed it, makes us live again. So we naturally think about, how can I stop this? How can I stop doing this? And from a human perspective, I would like to start there. From a human perspective, we look at, I'm doing something wrong. That is why I keep coming back. So I would like to stop doing something wrong. And then we look at it from a very human perspective. So we, let me try to be a good person. Breathe. For some people, being a good person means to be nice to others. But we also recognize that when someone is not nice to us, when someone puts us under pressure, we sometimes do things that we afterwards think we shouldn't have done. Okay? We answer back in an angry way. We can even become hateful. We can express our opinion about other people because we are frustrated. I'm sure you have tried that. Sure you have experienced that. So some people build up these ideas that, I must behave in this way, then I am free. Then I do not anymore create karma. These people trying to solve it, most people actually, trying to solve this samsara issue by adapting their behavior, they also think about, what am I eating? What am I buying? Am I using a bike? Am I using a car? Do I take a jet plane when I go on a vacation? Maybe I should stop going on vacations. Maybe I should just use a bike. It's obvious that when we take a jet plane, there goes a lot of fuel in there, and we have seen all these pictures of how oil is taken from under the sea or up from the ground, how much pollution that is creating. So obviously we don't want to do that if we want to solve the problem of samsara by being pure in our human actions. So you don't take the plane. So you take the car once in a while, but you get a good car. Maybe you even get an electrical car because that one does not use gasoline. Okay? Now you're the good person. Oh, but it has rubber tires. Do you know the biggest contributor to nanoplastic in the sea, what that is? That is dust from car tires. Oh my God. So trying to be pure and escaping samsara, I can't even have a car. Oh, then a bike? Where do you think the bike is produced? I'll just buy a cheap bike from China, transported here on a ship, using rubber tires. Oh, rubber tires, there we go again. Made of steel that is melted in a large oven producing CO2, and it all goes around. Okay, then I will just walk. I met this guy. He was a vegan, and he was just like, yeah, I don't have shoes made of leather because I don't want to kill animals. I said, well, good for you. And the animals? Kind of, yeah. So, but he did wear shoes because he's living in Sweden and sometimes it's cold. So he doesn't just walk barefoot. He wears shoes. What are they made of? They're made of plastic. Made of dead dinosaurs. Producing CO2 when they are produced. Polluting when the oil was dug out of the ground. So what to do? What to do about it? How to escape this? Is it possible to escape this? What if I go to live in the forest and I only wear clothing made of plants and I only eat plants? Maybe it could be done. And if I lived alone, then I would not do anything bad to anyone. Maybe that's the solution. But only for me, because otherwise it would be crowded out there and there would not be enough plants to make clothing and food. So it's not really a sustainable solution. Do you believe that you are pure? Do you believe that you are a good person, that you are not involved in any karmic relationships with things, nature, other people? You do stuff. You are alive. You are breathing. You're breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. And since there's a lot of you, you're contributing to global warming. So what to do? I've been fooling you the last 10 minutes because I've been presenting a problem that is not really the problem. But this is what humans believe are the problem. Most humans believe that is the problem. So what is the problem? Of course, we should be good people. We should do things as good as we can. We should not talk to other people in a judgmental or hateful or angry way. We should not pollute unnecessarily. But the thing is, if we are alive, we are part of this cycle. We are part of this web. It's like we are all connected. Whenever you do something, you're affecting someone or nature. Since you are alive, it's already too late. When you die, you decompose. And just to go with the carbon dioxide again, carbon dioxide is emitted from your decomposing corpse. And methane. Even if you stopped living now, there would still be a karmic response to your death. Not to mention the more emotional human consequences. There are people who would miss you. There are people who would be sad. It would affect their state of being. It would therefore affect the way they communicated to other people. You are trapped. You are trapped. There is no way out of this. At least not that way. There is no action you can do in this world of samsara that will let you get out. Everything that happens in samsara stays in samsara. Okay? That's the way it is. You're stuck. Trapped, caught. The end. Karma, which is what keeps us here, is a thing born out of individuality. On the divine planes, there is no karma. Things just happen. All at the same time. When we go below the third plane to the fourth plane, individuality begins to exist. And with individuality, the concept of freedom and the concept of consequences of these actions of freedom that we do, which leads to the fifth plane, the causal plane. Things are happening here in this localized, individualized world. And so they are judged. They are measured according to this rule of freedom and justice. So why are you caught in this individuality? That is the question. Why are you caught in individuality? You are attached to your individuality, to your identity. You are very attached to being you. Who are you? your idea that you are you, with all the definitions, all the ideas about what it is to be you and to be a good person, those attachments are building your karma. You are built layer upon layer upon layer. Starting from if we go from the bottom, from the human, you have emotions, you have a physical body, you have attachments there. They are the natural attachments of the samsara machine, you could say. The wheels of this world that's turning and turning and turning. And we can integrate that. And that is where we begin. We do our emotional integration and we begin to let go of our emotional attachments, our physical attachments and our mental attachments. Even when we do that, we still as a soul we are an individual, we are an ego. Sometimes I hear people talk about their ego like they have an ego with this, I don't know who it is who has this ego, but maybe I think they have this belief that the soul has an ego which is the human, or there is a part of the human which is not an ego, but that does not make sense. Ego simply means I. So that part of you which is I, which is everything from the fourth plane and down to the physical, that is ego. So, in the soul, you still have attachments. You have attachments to being you. No, my soul is it's a divine thing. No, it's not a divine thing. The soul is from the fourth plane down. The divine is from the third plane up. It's supernatural, yes. But you still have an identity. You are still ego on the fourth, fifth, and sixth plane. And there you have attachments. Attachments to you, being you. Attachments to your karma. No, I don't have attachments to my karma. I just want to get rid of it. Yeah, you do. But you are attached to your karma. Have you tried observing your karma? Have you tried to see how difficult it is to let go? Breathe. Imagine a situation where you did something which is that was just not good. That was just not good. Measured on a divine scale, that was just not the good thing to do. I should have done something else. Could be something that was not the virtuous thing to do. You could look at the virtues and just say, be inspired. Okay, so there is prudence. Let's take prudence. Have you done something that was not prudent? Charity. Have you done something that was not charitable? Faith. Have you done something because you lost faith or did not have it? Have you been weak in the way that you were not severe and you just like It's okay, it's good enough. Did you do something where you imposed your will on someone? You did not respect their freedom. Just pick from one of those a situation where you did something that on a divine scale would be weighed and found, well, we need to learn something. We need to fix this. This is out of balance. This must be weighed up with something else. Think about such a situation. Just one. I'm sure we can find plenty. I know I can. For me. Breathe that situation. Probably there is something on the emotional plane in that situation. And that is all good. Observe that. But I would like you to go deeper. Breathe that situation. Behind the emotional pain you feel, there is a subtle something. Subtle feeling of there was these two choices. I won't put words on these two choices regarding value because that will mix it up and pull you back to the emotional mental plane. Maybe see that choice in the light of compassion. Breathe. I feel that several of you have connected with this in a good way. Try to sink deeper into it. There is something behind it, something that made you move. Breathe. It is another sensation, I know. Stay with it, please. So you did something that from a divine perspective you feel should be balanced, and you have now connected with that something behind it that made you move in that situation. So stay with that which made you move. Seen from the divine, you are allowed to move. You are even encouraged to move, to experience. But so is everyone else. And you know it. On a very, very deep level, you understand this. And still you chose. something made you make that choice? You were allowed to make that choice, or it would not have happened. Stay in contact with that which made you move. It is part of you. What was it that you wanted? Was it something that you wanted to get closer to, or something that you wanted to get away from? What made you move? You probably should not try to put words on it, but go with the feeling, the subtle understanding of something that made you move. Go into the sensation, the subtle feeling of that which made you move. The what. Very good work you're doing. I am something, I do something, and therefore something is revealed. Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet. The three planes of the soul. The top of the soul is who you are. Gevura is the causal plane, it is what you do. And Tiferet is the Dharma plane, the meaning of it, what comes out of it. Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet. You are a beautiful being. You're made of a divine substance called consciousness, given individuality, free will, and the possibility to pursue meaning. So you are who you are, and you do things, and then things are revealed. And you look at them and you say, let's go again. It is good to observe our human behavior. It is needed, because it's not until we have dissolved a big chunk of the human emotions and mental thoughts that we are clear enough that we can see to do an observation like the one we're doing now. But don't be cynical. Don't think that, oh, we can't escape. We're all part of samsara. We're all part of the big web of actions in this world. So it is of no use. Oh yes, it is of use. It is exactly what is going on the soul planes that is defining what's going on. Maybe you don't get free this time, but you can as well start the work. So we dissolve so much of our human that we can see the soul. We can work on the soul. We can find that what that made you do that thing that you feel, if weighed on a divine scale, would go plonk, and you would like to, yeah, okay, you need to do something about it. You need to do something about it. It is so subtle. I hope you found a good situation. We all have these situations in life where we have this feeling of, this is important, what I'm doing now. We are conscious, we are aware, and we know this is make or break. Will I do the right thing? Maybe we're struggling in there. It's not like a pain in the stomach or knot in the stomach. It's deeper. It's this feeling of, yeah, I should, but I will do this. I think we've all had those experiences. What pushed you? What made you make that choice? That you feel you could do better? It's okay that you regret it. That's part of the process, that you mourn it. When you're done with that, you can observe the what. You're something doing and experiencing on a soul level. Chesed Gevura Tiferet. Chesed Gevura Tiferet. That's what's happening. This is what I am, this is what I'm doing, and this is the result. This is the meaning, the Dharma. Of course the human is involved. It's like your avatar. Not in the Hindu meaning, but in the movie meaning. Yeah. I think we should end this observation with doing a little supportive mantra to loosen this up, to make it pass a little easier. And for that we will use the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. And you can choose to observe your throat chakra, the place of forgiveness, the place of communication between your individuality, the highest point of your soul, and the divine. Om Triambagam Yajyamahe Zugandim Pushtivardhanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityomukshiyamamrita Om Triambagam Yajyamahe Zugandim Pushtivardhanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityomukshiyamamrita Om Triambagam Yajyamahe
Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityamukshiyamamrita 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 Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajyamahe Sugandhim Pustivardanam Uvarugamiva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat
Please come back, and if you wish, you can share what you experienced. And if you are watching the recording, You are very welcome to share your experiences on an email or on Messenger. See you.